All right, well, happy National Study Abroad Day and welcome to the UCEAP 101 Your Adventure Starts Here presentation. This session will cover the key questions that students often have when they first consider studying abroad. We will also provide resources and next steps. For many, studying abroad is a life-changing experience. It provides participants with the opportunity to learn about the world and grow as individuals while boosting future prospects. With that in mind, let's start with how UCAP works. This portion of the webinar will highlight the benefits of studying abroad with UCEAP and provide an overview of the academic and financial aspects of the program. UCEAP was established over 60 years ago and is the official study abroad provider for the entire UC system. Studying abroad with UCEAP means that you maintain your UC student status throughout and do not need to take a leave of absence from the UC. You receive UC credit for the coursework you complete abroad, so the classes will show up on your UC transcript and count towards your UC GPA. If you are a financial aid recipient, your UC financial aid is applicable to your program costs. Additionally, you will have an extensive support network that includes your campus study abroad office, the UCEAP system-wide office, and your on-site contacts at each location. UCEAP participants also receive travel insurance coverage and have access to 24/7 emergency assistance.
So as we just mentioned, all coursework completed on UCEAP is guaranteed UC credit. And here's the outline of the steps to make that happen. So first, you'll register for classes at the host institution abroad and share your enrollment with UCEAP so we can catalog each of those courses as UC courses. So we'll give them a UC course number, course title, and unit. Then, after the program ends, UCEAP receives grades from abroad and converts them to UC letter grade. We report those grades to your UC Office of the Registrar, who posts all course, unit, and grade information to your UC transcript, and it's factored into your cumulative units and GPA. Finally, you work with your college or department academic advisor to petition for the courses from abroad to fulfill specific degree requirements, such as GEs, breadths, or major credit.
The total cost of your study abroad experience will depend on you and your program selection. Expenses vary by location due to differences with the local cost of living, exchange rates, and individual spending habits. But on average, a year abroad costs about the same as a year at your UC campus, and UCAP programs typically cost less than other study abroad programs. Program cost estimates provided by UCEAP include your UC cohort tuition, and just about everything we expect you'll need on the program, like round trip airfare, visas, housing, and meals. As mentioned earlier, UC Financial Aid travels with UCEAP students, so those who receive UC Financial Aid can apply their grants, loans, and scholarships to their UCEAP program. Even if a student has not previously received financial aid, they may be eligible when they apply to study abroad. You will apply for financial aid with a FAFSA application, and the campus financial aid office will package your financial aid based on the program budget created by UCEAP. UCEAP also offers several scholarships that UCEAP participants are eligible to apply for. One of the great things about UCEAP scholarships is that it will replace loans before other types of financial aid. There are also other study abroad scholarships available through outside sources.
UCEAP programs are developed to help students accomplish their academic, career, and personal goals. And there are many factors to consider as you decide what program is the best fit for you. So in the next few slides, we'll talk about some of the factors you should consider as you narrow down your search. First is location, an important consideration. UCEAP has programs based in over 35 countries. So if there's a region of the world you're interested in or have always wanted to travel to, that could help you narrow down your options. You can explore the dynamic cultures of East, South, and Southeast Asia, the easygoing vibes of Oceania, the vast diversity of sub-Saharan Africa, or marvel at the juxtaposition of ancient landmarks next to vibrant cities in the Middle East. Europe features UCEAP's largest number of possible destinations for your study abroad journey. And finally, programs in the Americas range from major metropolises to small research stations in biodiverse regions.
You'll want to factor in your academic schedule along with timing of personal obligations that could influence when you choose to study abroad. The UCEAP academic calendar begins with the summer term and includes programs that run during the summer, fall, winter, spring, and year. Most universities around the world operate on a semester system, so you will find that many of the programs offered by UCAP are semester long because of this. No worries for students from quarter campuses, though. You are eligible to participate on both our quarter and semester length programs. You will just be abroad longer when on a semester program, and your units will reflect this.
So UCEAP categorizes all our programs based on experience type. So as you navigate our website, it will give you a general idea of what to expect on a given program. There are several experience types for you to consider. So when choosing a program, it's important to ask yourself about your priorities and what you hope to accomplish while you're abroad. On an immersion program, you will be in class with local students and select courses from host university departments. With an international program, you will choose classes from a list designed for study abroad students, and you'll learn alongside other international students. Our internship and research programs provide you with hands-on experience that can be applied to your academic and career goals. And while research and internships are a built-in component of these experience types, they are also optional components of many of our other programs. Language programs offer the opportunity for you to concentrate on learning the language and culture of your host country. Themed programs focus on a specific topic or area of study. It gives you in-depth knowledge on a topic such as business, psychology, public health, or marine biology, for example. Multi-site is just like it sounds. You will visit and study in 2 or more locations and explore the unique perspectives in each site. And then with UC curriculum programs, you choose courses from a short custom menu designed for the University of California, while also meeting students from around the UC system. Now, as you are considering a study abroad program, it's important to think about how the coursework you could take abroad can work for you. Perhaps you're hoping to apply those courses towards specific UC degree requirements, such as fulfilling a foreign language requirement, upper division electives, or GEs. Maybe there are course topics offered at the host institution that aren't available at your UC campus. Or maybe you've completed most of your degree requirements already, so taking classes abroad would be mostly for personal enrichment. This planning is individual to you, your major, your goals, and where you are in your progress towards your degree. So for this reason, when you begin the process of selecting a program, we strongly recommend that you have a conversation with your college or major academic advisor. Together, you can review your degree plan or degree audit, and they may have recommendations for when is the best time for you to study abroad and what kind of requirements you need to focus on completing abroad in order to stay on track towards your degree. And before submitting a UCEAP application, you should look carefully at the course options that are available on any program you're considering. And in a few minutes, we'll walk through the UCEAP website and show you where you can find academic information for any of our programs.
Studying abroad is a personal journey. Motivation, priorities, goals, and needs vary by each individual, and program selection should involve careful thought and preparation. Depending on your personal and identity related circumstances, there may be additional details that you want to consider. How do you plan to fund your program? In addition to UCEAP scholarships, there may be other ways to help make your program cost more manageable. It is possible that some terms may have more aid available than others due to your campus's financial aid cycle. If you are a non-resident, summer programs do not charge non-resident tuition. And if needed, there is an extended payment plan option designed to give students an opportunity to pay their UCEAP program fees over an extended period of time. Additionally, students who participate in an internship or research project during the program may be eligible to apply for a UCEAP award after your program ends. These awards start at $750 and recognize students who have distinguished themselves through internships and research conducted while studying abroad with UCEAP. Do you receive medical care, see a counselor, or take any medications that you will need to continue while abroad? If so, you will want to contact your doctor well in advance to discuss a treatment plan for you while you are abroad. Certain medication services and specialists might not be available in some countries, so you may need to make other plans. If you receive disability accommodations at your UC, it is important to know that accommodations abroad are not guaranteed. Early disclosure is important. The process to request accommodations can take several months, and it involves working closely with your campus disabilities office and UCEAP. Are you transferring to the UC? Transfer students are invited to consider UCEAP for study abroad. Each UC campus has its own guidelines for the participation of transfer students. Some require that transfer students must first complete a term on campus, while others allow transfer students to study abroad as soon as they enroll at UC. Check with your UC campus study abroad office regarding their specific requirements. So these are just some examples of things to consider as you search for the destination that best suits you. Planning early is key.
All right. Before we go over how to apply, I just want to give a quick walkthrough of the UCEAP website. So let me just get out of the presentation. There we go. So we are on the UCEAP homepage, and there are a couple of different ways if you're looking for programs for you to do program searches. So first and foremost, I do want to point out this little comment symbol in the bottom right-hand corner. And this is actually our AI chatbot named Geo. So if you have questions about UCEAP programs, anything related to UCEAP, please feel free to enter questions into the chat box, and Geo will help guide you to the information available on the UCEAP website. So that's option one. Then under the Explore tab here at the top, if you click on that, you can see that we have divided location, first by region, and then within that region by country. So if you click on any of these countries, you will see the programs that are available within that country. Next are fields of study. So if you click on one of these, you'll see all of the programs that offer coursework within that field of study. But obviously, as you can see from this list here, these are some of the most popular fields of study within the UC, but it's certainly not an exhaustive list of all of the majors or degrees available within the UC. And then the last here is experiences. So these are the experience types that we talked about earlier in the presentation. So say you're really interested in doing research while you're abroad. If you click on this, you're going to see all of the programs where research is a required component of that program. And just a quick note that there are two experience types here that we didn't talk about before. Domestic would be like within the US, UCDC, NRS, that sort of thing. And then Global Start is programs for students who are incoming freshmen in their first term at UC. And then the last way to find a program is this button up at the top, Find a Program. So we'll click on that. And as you can see, it just has all of these cards for all of our programs. And then on the left-hand side, a bunch of filters. And you'll recognize some of these because these are the filters, the search options that I just talked through. So you can search by location. You can search by, we've called it subject area here. That's similar to the field of study, and then experience type. But there are a couple of other filters that you can also apply. So I'm going to walk through an example of how you can use these filters to narrow down your program options. One that I want to point out here is courses taught in. So you can certainly, pick whatever language if you're interested in studying in a particular language. Say you want to study in Spanish, you can look at all of the programs where you're able to do that. But one really helpful way to use this courses taught in filter is, say you're looking to take coursework taught in English. There are obviously the locations where it's an English speaking country. Of course, the classes are going to be available in English, but this filter will show you everywhere, no matter whether it's an English speaking country or not, where you can take classes taught in English. So I find that to be a particularly helpful filter to apply when you're looking here. And as you can see, it actually didn't reduce the number of programs by that much. That's because we do have a lot of English coursework options everywhere around the globe. The next filter I would suggest here is subject area. Again, this is very similar to fields of study. And what I would recommend when looking in this subject area list is to kind of look broadly. So say, for example, you are an environmental sciences student at your home campus. You're not necessarily going to find environmental science on the list, but you are going to find environmental studies. So, we are using a little bit broader categories than you might be used to at your home campus. So just keep that in mind. So just as an example, I'm going to click on business administration and we'll go from there. Okay, we're now down to 100 programs, which is better, but that's still a very large number of programs to choose from. So I'm going to filter by location and let's go to Asia and Oceania. Better, 38, still a lot. So let me filter by specific country. Let's go to Thailand. Okay, so 3 programs in Thailand where I could potentially take courses in business in English. So this is great. I will show you what those remaining filters are. Again, we talked about experience type, term. Hopefully that's pretty straightforward. If there's a particular term that you're interested in studying in, say you want to go in the summer, you could certainly filter for that. And these last 3 filters have to do with eligibility for the program. So say you're a sophomore and you want to know what programs would accept sophomores, you could filter for that and see where you could apply as a sophomore. All right, let's open up Thammasat. There we go. Now, when you get to this landing page, it is going to show you the same kind of basic overview of the program that we saw on the program card on the previous page, and then a basic description of the program, a basic description of the host institution. The more detailed information about the program is going to be available when you click on these links on the left-hand side. So dates and eligibility. This is going to show you the terms that the program is available in, the general timeline for that term of the program. And then if you click on the drop-down menu, the eligibility requirements for that program. On the academics tab, these pages do tend to have a lot of information. It's going to show you, okay, what's the language of instruction? Is language study available, optional, required, that sort of thing. How many courses or credits would you need to take on the program? What kinds of courses are available on the program? So this particular program, you're taking courses alongside local students. So here you can see that links to the Thammasat University page website is linked here. You can find a bit more course information on these links. Other programs where there's kind of a set curriculum will often link the syllabi directly in this courses and credits section for you to access. Uh, Overview of the academic culture at the host institution in the host country, and then information about the timeline for grades, since grades from study abroad are usually available much later than you used to at your UC campus. All right, housing. So here on the housing page, you'll see what kind of housing is available. Is it program arranged, self-arranged, and then a bit more information about that housing type. If internships are available on the program, this tab for internships will appear as an option to click on. It'll show you how long the the internships last, how many hours per week you can expect, how many credits you're going to earn, a bit more information about the arrangement process, that sort of thing. Cost. Now this will show you, again, we talked about this before, all that's included in the cost for the program. And then down at the bottom here, you can customize your estimate. So if you input information in all of these fields and click enter, it is going to provide you with a customized estimate designed specifically for your particular situation. So I do recommend that you take a look at that. And support page. This one has a lot of information about the support available on UCEAP before you go, while you're abroad, and then after you get back from your study abroad program. So definitely read through this. And also, you know, if you have any family members who are curious about the support available, maybe a little nervous about your study abroad program, this is a great page to share with them so that they understand that UCEAP provides support through the entire process. How to apply. Now we're going to talk about this in the rest of the presentation, but this does provide the step-by-step application process. And it has information about, you know, will you get in? What happens after you submit your application? What happens if you change your mind? That sort of thing. And then on every single program page, if you have any questions about the program, you can always reach out to the program team that works with that particular program. So there should be a study abroad advisor, academic specialist, program specialist, and finance accountant. So you can reach out to any of these folks for questions related to the program page that you're looking at. Now there are a couple more pages that I want to point out. Under the cost tab, will take you from this page to a scholarships page. UCEAP offers a number of different scholarships for students, so I would encourage you to look through this information to see what kind of scholarships you might be eligible for, excuse me. There's a lot of options, and if you have any questions about scholarships, the application process, that sort of thing, you can reach out to our scholarships team here at this email address. And then under how to apply, you might be wondering, well, are there any programs that I can apply to right now? That sort of thing. This would take you to the application dates and deadlines. So, you know, we're in February right now. Applications for fall opened in November. So you might be curious, are there any applications or programs you can still apply to? Yes, there are a few. Applications are coming up, but you would still have that opportunity. As you can see, a few are still open. Otherwise, you can look at applications for winter and spring, which are opening in a couple of weeks. So you can look at those as well. A few other things to take a look at. I would encourage you to look at this academic planning page. It has a bit more information about the process for, as the name implies with the page, academic planning for your study abroad. It's such an important component of your study abroad to ensure that you're staying on track towards your degree as you include study abroad in your undergraduate plans. So take a look at that. Under prepare, we have a health and safety page. We have an entire health and safety team who's available to support students abroad. So read through that, maybe share it with your friends and family who are also curious about your study abroad plans. We've got information about paying for study abroad. So a lot of different resources. And as you're looking around the webpage, if you have any questions about UCEAP programs, that sort of thing, I mentioned there's the contacts page on the individual program web pages, but you can also go here to UCEAP advising. We've got weekly get ready with me information. You can visit drop-in hours, or you could also schedule one-on-one advising with one of our advisors. And then at the bottom of every single one of our pages, excuse me, if you just have general questions that you would like to ask, we also have this info@UCEAP email address. So you can always reach out to us there, and one of our advisors will get back to you to answer your questions. So that is the um, basic overview of the UCEAP website. Let me get back to the presentation.
So now that you all know the basics of how studying abroad works with UCAP, and how to choose a program, let's move on to the application process. Once you select a program and confirm that you meet the eligibility requirements, look up application open dates and deadlines so that you know when you need to apply. Keep in mind that application deadlines can be as early as 9 months before the program starts. The UCEAP portal opened in November to receive applications for summer, fall, and year 26-27 programs and will open on April 15th for winter and spring 2027 programs. Check application deadlines if you are looking to study abroad during this coming summer, fall, or year. If you are planning for winter or spring 2027, note that April 15th application open date on your calendar. Though you can create multiple applications, you will only be allowed to submit one application per term abroad. So this means you can only submit one application for summer, one for fall, and if you want to keep going, one for spring. Spaces in programs are allocated on a first come, first served basis, so plan to submit your application as soon as possible. Programs are open until filled or until the application deadline, whichever comes first. Most UCEAP programs do not have a capacity limit, so as long as there is space available and you meet all program eligibility requirements and deadlines, you should be cleared to participate. Students generally need to complete 3 applications: a campus application, a UCEAP application, and a host institution application. After you get approved for participation by both your campus and UCEAP, you will receive instructions on or for the host institution application, along with other program details such as housing, visa, and program dates. On a related note, apply for or renew your passport now. Many countries require that the passport be valid for at least 6 months after your scheduled return, and the processing time for US passports is currently around 1 to 2 months.
So we hope this presentation has provided you with a starting point on your study abroad journey and encourage you to explore the UCEAP website for detailed information about UCEAP and our program options. You should visit your campus study abroad office, their website, or the How to Apply section on any program page on the UCEAP website for information on application steps and deadlines. We also offer virtual advising, where you can schedule an appointment to have an online call with a UCEAP advisor to talk about our programs in detail. And you will find the link to make an appointment through the QR code on this slide. And once you have determined which program you are going to apply to, you can start an application by selecting the Apply Now or Login button on the UCEAP website. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Our general email is on this slide. And we will now move on to the Q&A portion of the webinar. You are welcome to send us any questions you have right now through the chat or the Q&A box.